Hi ladies, this is Judy from Sew Easy Sewing in Occoquan, Virginia. I'm back into our designer gallery software. This time I'm going to use Creator One. So on the toolbar at the top you'll see that there is this icon that looks like a curved part of stitches, and when you hover over it it's called Create. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to click one more time. Right now, this is Creator One. So my icons on the top bar are representing just what's available in the first edition of Creator. So I'm going to digitize this split basketball for you, and hopefully when I'm done you'll be able to do the same kind of graphic yourself. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go up to our top toolbar to the Draw section, and you can see that there's some different icons, and I'm going to use the one that says Draw with Points. And I'm going to click along this applique section right here, and you want to click wherever there's a gentle curve. All the way around. Remember, an applique is, and if I backspace that will go away, it was a little crooked. A tack down, a placement, I'm sorry, a tack down, and then a cut to. So right now what I'm doing is the placement of the fabric line. And if you hold down your control key, you can get a straight line on the bottom. And I need two of those. So, oops, sorry. Backspace one. I didn't realize I hadn't clicked off. Actually, I have to do that again, unfortunately, because I forgot to double click off when I finish. So I'll go a little quicker this time. When you're doing this, just go, at a good clip for accuracy. Don't rush. So as soon as I get down to here, hold down control. And now, because I've clicked off, I can select it over here in the objects view. I can click on that, and I right-click copy, right-click paste. I have two of them now, and these I'm going to assign just a regular straight stitch. This is your stitch type. See the difference? Draw, stitch. And now I've got my tack down for my piece of fabric. The bottom is exactly the same, so I actually can go over to my objects window again, hold down my control key, select both of those, again right-click copy, right-click paste, and now I can bring those down below and rotate it. That's the little circle up here, it's blue. Seasick there. Straighten it out. Down. Now I have both pieces of my fabric will be tacked and cut at the same time so that I've got that out of the way. So the next thing I'm going to do are the lines on the basketball, and I have a couple options. One, I can make it a fat satin stitch, or two, I can make it a triple bean stitch. And I think for this basketball I would rather have the sort of gentle look of the triple stitch. So I'm going to go ahead again, I'm going to go up to Draw and grab the Draw with Points and click on these lines. I can come up into under the satin stitch, that's not a problem. They'll be hidden. Come back, whoops, sorry. Backspace will get rid of that. Hold down control will straighten out my curve. And because I'm using that running stitch, that triple bean, I don't care if they cross over each other. And again, up into this one. When you need to travel to another area, you go underneath what's going to hide it so that you don't need to worry that these stitches are going to be underneath there, because they'll all be covered up with your satin stitch of your applique. So right click, finish. Now on these I'm going to apply a straight stitch. So I've got to actually select them and straight stitch. But if you look over here in the properties, there's a type. It says bean already, so I'm fine. So I'm going to go ahead. It's 3 passes. I can actually say 5 passes so that it's a little thicker. And now the next thing I need to do is cover up this this fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select my draw points, and I'm going to click up into my area here because I don't want my satin stitch that's going to cover to be crossing underneath the one that's on the very bottom of the blue stripe, leaving the area to put, someone's name if you wanted to. So I'm just going to go to right here, click off, tell it to be a satin stitch. I'm going to change my color. So here's color in the properties. Something a little easier on the eyes here. Yeah, I'd rather have like an orange color if I can find one. And I could type. If I don't want to look, I can say orange and go. That way I don't have to keep searching for my orange color. That's a little better. And then say OK. So this line up here is exactly the same as the one on the bottom. So in the minute, I'll be able to get right to that without, causing myself to have to redo it. But what I want to look at is my start and stop on that. So I'm going to click it. You see the green and the red bow tie? So this is where I want to start to digitize on this half, or I can move my stop wherever I want. So again, I'm going to go up to the draw, and I'm going to come here, and I'm going to run myself down to this area so I don't have a jump stitch. And I'm going to say apply a single pass. I don't need it to be bean. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my tool again. And I'm going to go from here. I can hold down my control. This is basically a straight line. Tell it to be a straight, but now I want it to be that triple bean. 5 pass is what I wanted. Go back and get this. I'm going to hold down my control key to get directly over here. I'm going to do that. I think I needed to. Start from here. Now here. Again, that's a jump. I don't need it to be a 5 passes. So I'm going to go back up to my single. Grab it again. And then complete my stripes on my basketball. Single, but 5 passes. Bean. And say OK. Actually, I don't need to say OK. So now all I need to do is do this to cover up this, is grab this top one. They're identical right here. Copy. Paste. I'm going to go ahead and do our last 2 lines. These are easy to do. If I click on this line, I can see I stopped right here. So I'm going to start on this side. Grab the same tool we had from before. Click, hold down Control, click, then satin stitch. Now we know we stopped here, so we're going to start up here. Grab the other one, straight across, hold down Control, satin. Oh, did not double click. So I get to do that one more time. Gotta be careful to click off. So one here, one here, click off. And for this to look the way it did before, I need to change some colors. So I'm going to go ahead and change my two borders. Change my color in the properties. Click on the orange. And they actually were kind of a nice blue in my picture. It's green. Right there. Say OK. Grab my two running stitches here. Change the color to black. Again, if I can't find it, type in the word and hit go. Well, that's weird. That definitely didn't. Let me see if we can get Robinson Anton polyester, go black. There it is, black. Say OK. Click on this guy. Actually, if I switch all of these to black, it will speed up the process of embroidery because of my I missed one. I don't know why they make black so hard to find. I would actually put that right. And then look, it goes to Black-Eyed Susan. Well, at least there was a reason for it. I think there's another way I can do this by clicking on this one, and it's 5841. So we're going to try that again. We're going to grab this one and color. And number 851. I hope. I have terrible memory. And 58. Let's try that. Huh? So this is now done, and you put your child's name in the middle there if you want. Go to the stitch simulator to sew it out. I'll speed it up. And you can see that we've got, there's our tack downs, there's our cut lines. It's a little fast, let's slow it down. That was a little quick. All right, so there is our placement line. The next one is our cut line. Both these are for both sides. You're going to put both pieces down. Next one is your cut line. Those are your decorative lines on the basketball. And there is your satin stitch on the raw edges of your applique. That should drop down to the next one. Do the same thing on the bottom. Process is the same. The last thing will be the lines between the open space for your child's name, grandson's. Digitizing is really fun. Takes a little time to do and to get used to, but once you get your hands into it and get accomplished with it, you'll have a lot of fun because now your designs are a graphical way for you. And the creativity part of it, it's really fun to watch your own designs so out on your embroidery machine. So I hope you enjoyed this. Again, we're So Easy Sewing in Occoquan, Virginia. The phone number is 703-490-1536. And you guys have a great holiday. This is where I had trouble making it.